On this episode of Star Trek Universe, we are talking about Starfleet Academy 107, Cosine, right after these words from our mystery sponsors.
Welcome to Star Trek Universe, the podcast where you listen on two lifelong friends sit and chat about Star Trek like they always do. My name is Matthew Carroll.
I'm David C. Robertson.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, struggling with the inevitable, having come to rest upon my chest that not every episode of Starfleet Academy was going to be good.
So let's get into it. This is the episode where it's a kind of just a character development episode. The Khionian character is getting some sort of married, and Caleb and Genesis are trapped are trapped at the academy alone, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you hated it. What'd you think?
I didn't hate it. I just it was boring. It would have almost been better if I had hated it. Like,
I will say this. I'm right. I'm kind of with you. I just think it's a fairly boring episode. There's not a lot there. Like, there's not a lot of meaty stuff in there. But I didn't hate it. It just felt like a character development episode where there's very little plot. I mean, we get a little bit more about what's the Khionian's name? I didn't. My name.
Darem.
Not getting names. Thank you. Darem is. We learn a little bit about his world, what Khionians are like, a little bit the fact that he was going to be king or whatever, and now he's stepping down to join Starfleet, which I thought was all very good, and like meaningful, and I did really get a sense of his character, and like I don't know, I like it that they're maintaining he's an asshole, like that for our first impression of him, while also giving him a lot more depth,
So I didn't think they gave him that much more depth. There was some interesting stuff there. Were his parents even there? Like, with all the stuff with his parents, I would have thought they would have gone deeper into that. You would think that they would be at his wedding.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I don't remember them even saying anything about his parents. I don't understand why, like, all the Khionians don't even look like their blue selves. They all still look human for some reason. Even when they didn't know Jaden was there, they were all like, we're all in our human form.
That's called budgets.
I know the real life reason.
Well, we don't really know anything about Khionians, so it may be that they have, like, he seemed embarrassed to transform in front of Genesis in episode 1, so maybe that's like a sort of personal or intimate thing to change into that sort of shielded version of themselves. Maybe this humanoid version is more their regular everyday selves.
Yeah. I wasn't crazy about the idea that, like, it felt like they were setting up maybe sort of a romantic thing between Genesis and Caleb just a little bit.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, I think most of the episode you can kind of like look past it, like, they're just buds. Look, they're having fun. But there's definitely a moment there when he tells her directly, like, I'm still thinking about her. And then he says, but for a moment there, I got close to forgetting about her, or something like that. Got close to forgetting. And I was like, ooh, that is a line. He is directly saying, like, you kind of distracted me from the girl that I ostensibly love at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit of a love triangle, possibly.
Yeah. They're continuing to set up hints between Jaden and Darem. And at this point, like, I feel like, dude, y'all are setting this up so hard, and I'm like, you're not even developing Kyle. Like, they got together without developing him. He's just an obstacle.
Yeah, I'm okay with that right now. We really haven't had time to get to know Kyle, but Kyle is a guy that apparently is sort of seeing Jaden.
But I want to get to know Kyle.
I guess you do want to get to know Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I do too. But like, at this point, I don't think we're at a place where we have to know Kyle. I think that's the whole point. Just like when we got to know Darem, he was just an obstacle in the first episode. But it's like now that we've had more episodes with him, we've getting to know him as a person and getting a little more depth. I do think we got more depth on him this episode, especially the fact that like part of who he is that he's a person without much depth. But now Starfleet is bringing these things, these senses of duty and honor and like mission and purpose out of him, you know? And I think that just his reaction to Starfleet, that Jaden is seeing more in him than his betrothed had seen. Like, I think that's all interesting, good character development, and like shows, and him choosing Starfleet over his world and his people. Man, that conversation with him and Jaden was pretty intense when he's like, I can't do what you did. You know, like I can't leave my people behind. I'm going to like do what my people say. Pretty intense. And like he decides to do the thing that is more for him than his people. And then they say like, I guess I've learned I do choose to be an asshole sometimes. Like I'm choosing myself over them. And I think it's sort of tongue in cheek to call themselves assholes for that. But at the same time, I enjoyed it because it also fits Darem's character really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that he was willing to choose his people over Starfleet, and that she was just like, "No, fuck you, get out."
Yeah, it would have made him seem flighty to not stick to his duty. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I like that she saw through it and saw who he was without her, and decided to do it. And also, it sounds like she didn't really care too much. She just like, for tradition's sake, they've never been ruled by a woman by herself, and that seemed important to their people, but then she can kind of blame it on this like annulment instead of whatever else.
Yeah.
And she seemed proud to be the first female leader.
Yeah, I mean, if that works for her. Like I said, lots of weird missed opportunity with the parent thing.
Agreed.
And also like, fine, I get it, it's sci-fi, but why do we have to like always use a sci-fi term and make it sound like something we have? Like the best man was called the cosine. The cosine?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's pretty silly. And I know we have universal translators in the TVs, but like, I also am always annoyed when they're just on a different planet and everyone's speaking English. I know it's just, that's how Star Trek works. Yeah. We have to just imagine that we're all seeing it through. But even when like no other characters are around, we just always hear it in English, Yeah. But then there's also those random scenes where people swap back and forth and you're like, I don't understand why the translator's not working on those lines. It's this whole mental gymnastics you do, but it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those Star Trek things, man. Yeah. It's like,
yeah. And I don't want it to be different. I don't want to read every episode of Star Trek.
Yeah, there's not a good solution for it.
It's kind of like we were talking about a few weeks ago with the and it's language related as well, like all the modern hip terms they're using or whatever. It's like when they're saying "what's up" or something like that, and you're like, would they be saying that 1,000 years from now? I'm not so sure. But it's like, there's not a good solution. You're either going to make it sound like weird sci-fi speak, or you're going to be too modern, and either way, it's uncomfortable for different reasons.
Yeah, but, I just wish I could, like, go and tell the writers, like, look, man, I know you guys are pretty smart, but whenever you think you're going to, let's just throw in something that we say today, I want you to imagine you're watching an episode of Star Trek and someone says, I'm about to get jiggy with it. Like, just fucking put yourself there and go, oh, God, and have that moment. And then remeasure.
The measure of a Star Trek language. Okay, I think I have very little to say about this episode, and I have to be up at 6 a.m. We're recording this at like 10 p.m., and I need my beauty sleep tonight.
Yeah.
We've got a big day tomorrow. So let's. The last thing I think is kind of an important conversation is the conversation that Genesis and Caleb have with Nala at the end, where she actually confronts them and catches Genesis and has her admit what she did and everything. What did you think of her faking her credentials or faking her references and everything?
I thought it was a very mild secret to have.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like that big of a deal, but also I was like,
yeah, I feel like it did feel like a big deal. Like, if the people who gave her references, the reason she knows that they're going to catch her is she's sending this off to the upper people, and I'm assuming some of those people are the people who gave her the references. You know what I mean? And then she changed their reference letters. Like, it's kind of a big deal. This is also like a college problem, or like a Starfleet Academy problem. It's not this whole episode is Starfleet Academy problems. There's no big, which I think we're going to have episodes like that. The show is Starfleet Academy.
But how do recommendation letters work though? Do like people writing recommendations give a bunch of negative feedback as well?
Sometimes I think they give like honest feedback, and I think like the thing that Nala says, like, she took that super negatively, that she's fearful she doesn't belong here. But the point of the letters were, she's fearful she doesn't belong, but she does, and she needs to work through that. Like, so she's got these reference letters that have this stuff about her being fearful, and she removed those lines. But it's like, yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, where you're trying to give an honest assessment, especially if you're a Starfleet officer, which I'm assuming, since her dad's an admiral, she probably has all these Starfleet officers writing these letters. They want to be honest about the assessment of this young cadet. And she's very impressive. She's very capable. I don't think there was any risk of her not getting in. Her dad's an admiral again. But I think they're trying to give her, as Nala said, those people's negative feedback was a gift to you. Like, they're trying to let us know what we need to work on with you. They're letting you know what you need to work on. But you erasing those things undoes all that help you could have had, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm also trying to like keep in mind that, you know, it's the future, and they're supposed to be more like evolved and dope with their flaws, you know, like, yes, we're taking this in stride. Aha.
I'm dope with my flaws.
I remember a professor once told me I was a flawed dope.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, man.
All right, well, that's really all I got to say about this episode. It was very simple, not a lot going on, and it didn't really resonate with me a lot. And I think some of the character development is interesting, and we'll move on. I think the love triangle could be interesting, because I do think there's something genuine connection between Caleb and Genesis. Ever since the first episode, there has been.
Sure.
But at the same time, I really like that she clearly expressed that she also had fun with him. They seemed to have a good time, but she was like, go call your girlfriend. Like, you need to deal with that. Like, you need to go be a good boyfriend. Stop trying to mac on me.
Yeah. I did like this line. You've got like 4 pairs of boots in there. You don't even wear shoes. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was an okay episode.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was all good.
Kind of boring.
I didn't think it was bad. It was just, yeah, like you said, it might have been more fun if it was bad. There's not a lot to like even talk about, because it just felt like fine.
It also just feels like a letdown after like last week.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. This is that sort of like rest after the big storm or whatever, and like they're dealing with the fallout of all that. But so far we've had 6 episodes of really. This is the 7th, right? Is this the 7th?
Yes, this is the 7th.
So we've had 6, I think, really solid episodes, and a few real bangers, like the Cisco episode. I think last week's episode was really great. I guess something I could mention here. I do think it is really self-important and selfish of Caleb not to write her. Like, it's terrible because he's not supporting his girlfriend who got hurt. Right? She's been in a coma, and he didn't write her yet. But what's really shitty about it is she confessed to him how much she was scared that once she showed her power, that there would be no connection between them. So he's so in his own head about the fact that he has childhood trauma with his mom that she knows about because of her telepathy, that like he's ignoring her perspective, which is like, she just showed you that she's a mind murderer and she confessed that she was fearful that you'd never be able to trust her or like her again, and then you ignore her for a month or two? Like,
yeah.
Screw you, Caleb. Like, that's so immature. And it doesn't even seem like he acknowledges how that would make her feel. And I feel like when they do talk, that is going to be, she needs to confront him about that. Like, you left me alone in a hospital bed thinking you hated me or were scared of me or what, blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah. Yep. I just kind of wish we had picked up right there. It's like, it's been a month. What the fuck, dude?
I do too. This episode could have been an email.
We played with warp slugs. Fuck you. You haven't talked to me in a month.
All right. You want to? I got a few more minutes. You want to run through any feedback?
We do have some feedback. We can do that real quick.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We got Sterling Gray bringing us some conversation about episode 6. Finally, some action. Fellas, glad we finally got some real stakes and actual action this week. I loved the Furies. They didn't look like all the other aliens with a glued-on forehead ridge. They looked genuinely evil and menacing, like they really would eat you. It really helped raise the tension. Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Dave. I'm glad Noose Bracco is just straight up evil. No nuance. No, he's the hero of his own story. He's just pissed, and frankly, I appreciate the honesty. I said that about the not about Noose Bracco. I said that about
the Furies.
The Furies. Yeah.
I actually think Noose Bracco. No. I think after this episode, we talked a lot about this. I think I might have said that about Noose Bracco because I was saying one of the things I thought we were going to get out of Noose Bracco in this episode, I thought there was a possibility of some like redemption arc where he's like actually helps them out with this Furies problem. And then I could see an arc where like a season or two from now, they're asking him to join him and his people to like join the Federation, come in out of the cold, that sort of thing. But then when he, it turned out it was all a plot and he murdered multiple Starfleet officers. I was like, oh, nope, he's done. He's not a gray character anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he's totally evil, but I think he is just completely ruled by the trauma of his past.
I think that's true. I don't think that. I think he's too human. In the broadest use of that term. Sorry, Mr. Spock. But he's just too human to be truly evil. Like I think he's just more real than that. But not only murdering the characters we saw, but they attacked that ship and lost all hands on it and stuff. Like attacked that station and like they killed a lot of people. So he's a bad dude. Yeah.
Let's see. That said, why is it so important to get the Sargasso away from Station J-19? Noose Bracco disabled that ship easily. Then they still sent 6 ships to ransack the station. I don't think the Sargasso would have been much help there either. So what MacGuffin was actually at J-19? A pathway drive? A protospore drive? I don't know. That's pretty good. May have just been weak writing. We don't know.
Could have been that. I have a feeling it's weapons. They talked about it being like some sort of lab for development of technology. I gotta think these guys are grabbing like a weapon of mass destruction of some type that we're gonna have to deal with in the finale.
Yeah. Crockpot theories.
Yeah.
And don't steal this like you stole my Anisha Mir is the head of the Venari Rawl theory. Did we steal that from Sterling?
Oh, I have no idea where we got that originally. But I think that someone wrote it in, and thank you, Sterling. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen, but I love the idea.
He says that was my original crockpot theory.
Oh, love it. Yeah, no, that's right. Because that was his crockpot theory, and we said, you meant crackpot, but we think you're right about crockpot because you're cooking. I think is what you said in that episode.
No, I would never purposefully steal it. The MacGuffin is in Caleb's teddy bear, and the code to open it is that the series of words that Caleb used in the first episode to send a message to his mother.
That would be interesting if the teddy bear came back. I'm assuming maybe Nala may have it.
She might.
In which case, because he left it there with her.
Did Noose use the word... Sorry, Noose used to work for Section 31. Did he work there with Vance, who could also be a part of the Venari Raw? Vance is the one who suggested they call Noose in the first place, and he told Akka about the sonic weapon at J-19. There's still time for him to become a badmiral. Look, someone is a traitor. I can smell it.
There's always time. There's always time for badmirals. And
I'm with Matt. I hope it's not Lance. I like him too much.
Me too.
I'm with Matt.
Vance,
Tarima.
Lance,
Vance, whatever his name is.
Sorry, I was like, is his first name Lance? Is he Lance Vance? It's not. That's not his name.
Admiral Lance Vance, refrigeration.
Yeah. Good call. Nala says his first name. I don't know if they ever say his first name in Discovery, but Nala in that first episode says his first name, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I just misremembered it for some second. I'm with Matt. Tarima needs to pay some kind of cost for those powers. She's in a coma, so I guess that will have to do. But Tarima is a little OP, and I really don't want a weekly explanation of why Tarima can't use her abilities in addition to why Discovery can't show up and fix everything. I watched enough of that crap on every Marvel and DC live-action superhero show. I'm looking at you, Inhumans and Legends of Tomorrow. Well, I mean, Tarima's cost is that she goes into a freaking coma.
Yeah, that's what he said. So
so that's
at least for now. I think it's very possible she will develop her powers, but hopefully those powers do have either drawbacks or limitations, something to make them work plot-wise. Because, that was OP as fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to get to the end of every season and they're like, all right, pull the ripcord.
Exactly. Pull that thing out.
All right, we got Stu Little sending us a message. Worst bachelor party since Worf's. In retrospect, maybe the Miyazaki was not named for the Studio Ghibli filmmaker, but for Hidetaka Miyazaki, the director of the dark fantasy action role-playing games Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring. I like how it's spring in California and there's a massive thunderstorm. Actually, I looked this up and there are thunderstorms in California during the springs too. It's good the kidnappers used a portal instead of a transporter. That way nobody died and was replaced by an identical copy this time. You know, I love it when I can tell that Stu also didn't have much to say about the episode. It's pronounced cosine. Man, I had a Dolly Parton Jolene joke lined up for how I thought it was said.
Cosine.
I would have guessed that Genesis was the cosine in that case.
Oh, yeah.
Because Jolene took,
begging
took
of you, please don't take my man.
That's right. Stu says,
I don't know. The cosine.
Yeah, it could have been Jaden.
It could have been Jaden. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jaden is the cosine. Don't take my man, but he did.
In all caps, Stu says, don't do it, Academy. Don't you fucking dare turn Caleb's already angsty relationship into a love triangle. Is it not enough we could potentially have a Kyle, Krog, Raimi, Princess What's-Her-Name love quadrangle too?
Let's call her Princess Quadrangle.
Oh, see, okay. Why would a letter of recommendation describe someone as driven by fear? Yeah, I know Akka tried to spin it as a good thing and a target to aim for, but come on, nobody would approach an honest attempt at giving someone a reference like that. Maybe. I had the same issue.
I mean, they might also just have thought they might have been like, yeah, daughter of an admiral. Like, yeah, I'll give her a reference, but I'm gonna be a little honest,
right.
She's gonna get in anyway. She's gonna be command track no matter what I say,
Yeah, I wanted the twist to be like, oh, did you do something with your recommendations or your transcripts? She's like, I murdered a homeless guy. Like, what?
Why are all these whores in the back of these trunks?
I've never seen so many hookers in the backs of trunks. What dead prostitutes? I've never seen so many dead prostitutes.
Yeah.
Lord knows I have.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sex workers.
Yes, for sure. No, that's from a movie, everybody, if you don't know what we're talking about.
Work.
Dirty Work. Very funny.
And I'll just say,
funny
if I was a sex worker, I would rather be called a prostitute. I don't sex worker sounds weird.
Okay.
I think I would, personally. Just me personally.
Well, when you become one, you get to exercise that opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work at a restaurant, and I don't like food worker.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You remember when we worked in pizza and they tried to stick us with that delivery specialist? I'm like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, those are always bullshit.
Anyway, Stu continues. This episode was just kind of there. I'm not going to diss it too harshly, but I feel as a follow-up to last week's, it was a bit too sedate. Some real drastic shit happened there, and I expected the death of Bavi to hang over everyone more, even a month later, but he gets like one mention, and the most emotional focus is on Caleb being sad about Tarima, who apparently isn't even in as dire a state as we left her last week. For an episode that I felt at first might have been going for their take on TNG's family, it just kind of petered out for me. Also, the Krog and Raimi half of it was a kind of a letdown, as it was said to be an episode where we'd learn more about the Khionians. So I was expecting weird fish people stuff. And we instead got fancy robed people in arranged marriage drama, which I'll remind you we got very recently in Strange New Worlds with Spock and T'Pring, and that involved a love triangle where the third party was medical personnel as well. Next episode, and that's a good call, Stu. Jesus.
Yeah. Ooh, deep call out there. That's good.
Yeah. Next episode is said to involve a visiting instructor. So is that the Tilly one at last? Take care. Yeah, Stu, this probably is the Tilly one. And now I've got to gird my fucking loins for another bad one.
Gird your loins for Tilly. Good Lord. Let me just say,
there's your sex work, you motherfucker.
What?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
That's the closest to sex work as I'm gonna get.
You girding your loins is the closest to sex work you're gonna get?
For a bad Star Trek episode, yeah.
Okay.
I'm girding all night.
I've been girding in the morning all the live long day. I don't know. Okay. So let me just bring something up I saw, and it just pisses me the fuck off about Jaden. I'm so tired of right-wing people talking about how they don't like this show for all the wrong reasons. It pisses me off so much. I came across a video, and I hated it because I was so captured by it because it was a video of Worf a la Picard, and it was him with Jaden.
Yeah, okay.
And it was Worf, old man Worf with the gray beard and everything, beating up Jaden and saying "How dare you wear a dress?"
Oh, okay. So it was like an AI thing?
Yeah, somebody did it in AI. Okay. It looked so good that as I was swiping, and I watched this episode this morning, so it took me 5 days to get to this episode. It took me multiple days. I was late. Getting to it. So I was like, whoa, did they do some sort of Worf thing? Oh, man. And then it was that bullshit. And I just say, this is what is wrong with this entire ideology. This is what is wrong with you, just people that are such homodox thinkers that people can't have individuality. It's one thing to be like, I don't like what they're doing with this race on Star Trek. They used to have this culture or whatever. It'd be one thing. But just picking one character and being like you can be mad that the Klingons have lost warp drive and that they're on planets now. That's one thing, okay, you could question that decision. We talked about that last week, right? But questioning an individual's decision to make decisions with their wardrobe because you're a freaking homophobe pisses me off so much. And it's just that mindset is what is so wrong. That lack of freedom that they want everyone to have. it pisses me off to no end. It's like, this person, they are this race. They have to be this way. They have to fit into my version of what I think this should be. And it just really pisses me off. And I've been seeing more and more of that, like, just coming from those fucking right-wing trolls on, freaking Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah. I've been seeing it the whole time.
Yeah, I don't follow much internet stuff. You know me, I'm a little less online. But I just came across that and it just pissed me off a lot. So
yeah,
fucking keep Jaden's name out of your mouth.
Was that intentional?
No. What was it?
Keep Jada's name at your motherfucking
mouth. Oh, yeah, that's funny. No, I said Jaden. I just meant Jaden, but yeah, keep Jada's name out of your mouth too. She was great in Scream 2 this week that I watched.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I watched Scream 2. Her scene's the best scene in the movie.
Probably.
It's great.
Did she die?
Yeah, brutally.
That would be why.
It's the one scene in Scream 2 that I'm emotionally affected by. Scream 2 I think is a very subpar sequel, but the one scene that Jada Pinkett dies in is so good.
I don't remember it. I just remember that every week she would get close to the brink of death on Gotham, and I just desperately wanted it because she overacted so much on that show.
Yeah. No. You probably remember what was it? The scene. It's the opening scene to Scream 2. They're in the movie theater. It's her and Omar Epps on a date, and Ghostface kills him in the bathroom and puts on all his clothes. Then
I remember that death.
He goes into he goes back into the theater and kills Jada Pinkett in the theater with everyone around her dressed as Ghostface because they're all there to see Stab. So there's tons of people just celebrating the idea of murder. They're all waving knives in the air and stuff, glow in the dark knives, while she's being actively stabbed, and she's screaming for help, but no one can hear her or notice because she's it's really, really horrifying. It's a horrifying death. She gets on stage at the theater. She climbs up next to the screen and tries to scream for help, and then just falls dead with everyone, and everyone looks oh shit. That's horrific. It's a very effective, horrific scene.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go back and watch all of those.
We're doing it on Bingers Assemble right now. We just finished Scream 4, which I really liked. Really liked.
Whenever someone brings up we're watching Scream whatever number, I'll always go ooh, because I remember there's so many.
Yeah, number 7 comes out this week.
I know.
That's why we're doing it on Bingers Assemble.
I know. Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
If I could do it.
Well,
anyway,
is that all our feedback?
That's all of our feedback.
Cool.
Man.
You can tell it's a light week. We only got only Stu, Stalwart Stu.
Yeah,
as we call him.
That's what you call him.
Yep, that's what I call him.
I don't say what I call him on the air.
All right. Well,
I'm joking, Stu.
Yeah. That is a joke. And the way I paused and didn't answer made it sound like you really did have a nickname for him. My pause made you sound like such an asshole. All right.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for writing in. We'll be back very soon with more Star Trek Universe podcast. Jolan True.
Live long and prosper.
Thank you for listening to the Star Trek Universe podcast, a Stranded Panda production. If you'd like to hear more from David C. Robertson, check out the DC On Screen podcast or maladjusted.tv for his web videos. If you'd like to hear more from Matthew Carroll, check out the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast or listen to his music. Just search for Matthew Carroll anywhere you get music.